I know what you did. I'm 17 years old, a senior in high school, and on the boys' basketball team. Most days I come home late from practice, tired, drenched in sweat, and barely able to think straight. Despite living in what most would call a safe and comfortable home, I've developed the habit of locking my door every night. Maybe it's just for privacy, or maybe it's something else. Lately, I've been waking up in the middle of the night. Sometimes it's the wet feeling of saliva on my cheek. Other times, it's that unshakable sense, the feeling of being watched. You know the one. The hair on your arm stands up, and your heartbeat quickens for no clear reason. About a month ago, I woke up with that same eerie feeling. When I opened my eyes, I saw my mom, 48 years old, silently leaving my room. At first, I brushed it off. I mean, it's my mom. Maybe she just checked on me or thought she heard something. But then it hit me. I locked my door. I always lock my door. And only I have the key. The spare, I gave it to my girlfriend. The next morning, I asked my mom about it. She laughed in my face and told me it was probably just a dream. That laugh didn't sit right with me. Then the following night, it happened again. I woke up to the feeling of eyes boring into me, and there she was. My mom standing in my doorway, unmoving. I called out to her and she scurried away like a frightened animal. I asked her about it again the next day. This time she didn't laugh. "Mark," she snapped, "if you don't cut it out, I'm tired of hearing about this. Can we please focus on your upcoming game?" I dropped it, not wanting to upset her, but something inside me wouldn't rest. I knew what I saw. I knew what I felt, and it kept happening. Night after night, waking up with saliva on my face, that heavy feeling pressing down on my chest, and my mother standing in the doorway. That's when I decided to install cameras in my room. I didn't tell her. I didn't tell anyone. When I reviewed the footage, my blood ran cold. Each night she entered, there was a glitch, like a time skip. The door never opened. There was no sound, just a sudden jump in the recording, and then she was inside, every single time. No door handle turning, no footsteps, just silence, and then her. That's when I planned to stay awake one night. I positioned myself in bed so I could see the door through half-lidded eyes, pretending to be asleep, phone off, breathing shallow. At 2:43 a.m., I saw it. My mom began contorting her body, forcing it through the gap beneath the door. Bones cracking, joints bending in impossible directions. The space is maybe 3 inches high, but she slid through, inch by inch. Her face was the first thing to enter, eyes wide and unfocused, drool glistening on her chin. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. She crawled toward me, her mouth open, her breaths ragged and deep. I shut my eyes tight, hoping it was a dream. Then I felt it, warm saliva dripping onto my cheek, her breathing right above my face, heavy, animalistic. I twitched slightly, hoping to startle her. She didn't move. She stood still, watching. For what felt like 20 eternal minutes, she remained there. Then I heard her footsteps, soft, slow, backing away. I cracked open one eye. She was standing in the doorway. I decided to fake waking up, like I had so many other times, hoping she'd just disappear again. But this time, she didn't leave. Instead, she leaned forward slightly and whispered in a deep, raspy voice that didn't sound human, "I know." I froze. "Know what, Mom?" I asked softly. She suddenly charged at me faster than anything I'd ever seen. Her hands gripped my throat, and she began shaking me violently. "I know what you did! I know what you did! And then, nothing. I woke up to the usual, her standing in the doorway. My throat sore, my chest tight. The next morning I confronted her. I showed her the bruises on my neck. She didn't say a word, just stared. Finally she spoke quietly. "Mark, I want you to go live with your father." I was shocked. "What?" "I said go live with your father, pack your things." I hesitated, but something in her voice told me she wasn't just tired or angry. She was afraid. So, I packed. I drove over to my dad's house, and I told him everything. He was silent for a long time. Then he said something I'll never forget. "Mark, you want to know why me and your mom split up?" I nodded slowly. He looked down at his hands. When we had you, I used to wake up to find the bed empty. Your ma would be gone. I'd find her standing over your crib, drooling, just staring, like she was in a trance. I didn't get it. She never said a word. He took a deep breath. One night, I tried to lead her back to bed, gently, but she snapped. She pushed me so hard I fell into the closet. Broke a rib. That's when I knew something wasn't right. He paused. When you turned 10, it stopped. Just like that. I thought maybe we were in the clear, but last year, she started again. He looked at me with sad, tired eyes. That's why I left, Mark. I tried to get custody, but I had no proof of what was happening. She's possessed or something. I don't know.
He stood up and ruffled my hair and said, I'm glad she let you go. Don't try to understand it. Don't try to fight it. Just stay safe. Then he smiled and said, I'll make your favorite dinner tonight, bud.